I'm hungry. I'm starving. I want more. I want more. My plate. Where's mine? I'm hungry. I'm starving. My plate. I don't have enough. Where's mine? I want more. Guys, is that you? Has your appetite for approval got you like becoming a slave to your stomach, right? Are you trapped right now in this appetite for more approval? Are you feeling the hunger pains, right? You want so desperately to be wanted. You want so desperately for more attention, for more approval, for more appreciation, for more. Guys, today on the I Am the Possible podcast, in the I Am the Possible universe, we're going to be addressing something that so many of us deal with. Many times we deal with it privately. It's called a appetite for approval. And many times the problem that we're going to address today, many times this appetite has caused us to become a slave to our stomach. We have moved from just a desire to be wanted to becoming completely dependent on other people's approval and acceptance of us. If you find yourself in that position, or perhaps someone you know, then today's broadcast is for you. I will be right back. All right. What's going on, good people? Travail, C.W. Lynch, Mr. What? And this is welcome to the I Am the Possible universe, specifically I Am the Possible broadcast. Guys, you know how we do it on Saturday. Before we get into anything, guys, I want to say to you, whether you are live or on the replay, as I always say, your presence is the greatest present that you guys could ever give me. So thank you so much for rocking with me. Guys, if you are on live, drop me a hashtag live. If you're catching me on the replay, drop me a hashtag replay. Drop me a hashtag what up. Drop me a hashtag I am ready. Drop me a hashtag happy Saturday. Drop me a hashtag I'm feeling good. Drop me a hashtag anything. Just let me know that you're rocking with me today. Guys, even in the intro, we are dealing with something that so many people deal with. And not all of us want to talk about it. But yes, right. We have an appetite, guys. We have a natural appetite for approval. Boom. That's it right there. Our appetite for approval. That is what we're going to be dealing with today. Not that the appetite is wrong, not that the appetite is bad, not that the want to be wanted, that there's anything wrong with it. But guys, I have discovered that many times this thing that is so natural, right? We all want to be wanted. We all want to fit in. We all want to be accepted. We all want to feel that we have a place and a position in this world. In fact, we were created to, right? This is a nation, a civilization, a society where membership is normal, being included, right? That's one of our catchphrases, catchwords, really popular word from last year, right? Inclusion. Everyone wants to be included. And so we're fixated on being included. We want to be wanted. We have this appetite for approval, and that's okay. I want to start off by validating. I want to start off by saying to you that I get it, that I understand, and your want to be wanted, it is completely natural. It is completely okay. But like in my own life, and I'll be sharing my story in just a moment, guys, like in my own life, many times we allow this appetite, that hunger pain, right? When our plate appears for us, when the plate seems to be empty, right? You ever have a plate empty in your life? I don't know what that plate might be for you, but you ever have an empty plate? A plate is designed, created to occupy food, right? Food is supposed to occupy the plate. Something of substance, something of value, something that we can consume, something that we can eat. And what is the purpose of eating? What's the purpose of putting food on this plate? It is to go into the stomach and to satisfy the hunger, to satisfy the craving. And guys, I'm speaking to somebody this morning. You're dealing with this appetite for approval. And in your heart, in your mind, in your world, you're not getting enough. You still have hunger pains. Guys, if you are feeling me this morning, drop me some I feel you. Drop me a hashtag I'm there. Drop me a hashtag I've been there. Guys, on Saturdays, we chop it up. We get into it, guys. And I'm going to be sharing my screen in just a moment and breaking this thing all down. But I want you guys to interact with me, ask questions, give kudos, say what's going on, what's happening. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Just chop it up, guys. I'm going to have a moment where I'm going to break away from some of the teaching, as I always do, to give some shout outs and some salutes to some very special people that are joining this morning's broadcast. And if you're on live, if you're with me, if you're in the house, if you're in the building, then that's you. I'm talking to you. You're that very special person. That's right. That's right. That's how dope and awesome you are. And of course, at some point in the show, we're going to get into the specifics. I'm not just about awareness, right? I'm about application, right? It ain't just, oh, you're a good person. You're a great person. I want to help you to see and know exactly why. So guys, let me go ahead and jump into this. Let me start sharing my screen. But even before I do, I see some comments already jumping up on the screen. Let me say what's going on to some good people this morning. Momo 246. Happy Saturday to you, Momo. What's going on? Thank you for joining. Angeline, New York is in the building. Hey there, bro. She says, what's going on, sis? Thank you for rocking with me this morning. Bonnie is in the building live from Rupert, Idaho. Good morning to you. I don't know what the time frame is, but listen, I'm up at 7 a.m, guys. Whoo! Anybody that's jumping on live with me, man, super shout out, double salute, because I know it's got to be early for you, even if it's 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, whatever it is. It's Saturday, right? So a gang of people like to sleep in on Saturdays, chill on Saturdays. Y'all rocking with me on Saturdays, man. So listen, I want to give y'all some love and show some great appreciation. You guys are phenomenal. Oh my goodness. Angeline coming in live from New York. Yes, yes. Man, once this COVID thing get out of our way, man, I got to come visit. I got to come. I'm just coming out to New York. I ain't gonna say, I ain't gonna hunt you down, Angeline, but I'm just saying the Big Apple, New York City, that's just one of my destinations that I just got to get to at some point. So thank you so much. East Coast is in the building. Angeline says they been there, done that, bro. No more. Ooh, that's what I'm talking about. Yes, yes, yes. Those who know the pain, the appetite. If you're just not joining us today, we are talking about the appetite for approval. Guys, it is natural. It is natural for us. And I'm going to keep saying, I'm going to keep coming back to these comments. Keep dropping me comments this morning. Let me know that you're in the building. Let me know that you're in the house. Bonnie says, I feel you. Hashtag I feel you. Charnay. Oh, please let me know. Charnay, listen, if I'm getting it wrong, drop me some thumbs down, brother, get it right. But if I'm saying that right, give me a thumbs up and let me know that I got your name right, because I want to respect you. I want to address you properly. So I believe that it is Charnay. So good morning, Charnay, tuning in from Florida. Oh my goodness, the South is in the building. Listen, I'm West Coast. Cali's in the building. We got New York, right? We got the East Coast in the building. We got Florida in the building. So we got the down South. So where else we got to go? Maybe Jeffrey will jump on at some point and we'll get the North. We'll get the Canadians in the building. And then we'll have the whole thing because, right, we're building up a universe. That universe, baby. All right. Thank you guys for joining, man. Y'all get me hype. Y'all get me hype on a Saturday morning. Lynette, and I want to make sure that I'm saying that name correctly. Lynette, please give me a thumbs up if I'm saying your name right. Some of you guys, I haven't addressed either in a while or addressed ever. So I want to make sure that I'm honoring you and giving you a proper shout out and salute and addressing you by your government, right? By your name. That's your name. So I want to get your name right. So let me know that I'm getting your name correct this morning. All right, what else we got? What else we got? Evan is in the building. What's going on, my brother? Thank you, Evan, for jumping on and rocking with me this morning, man. I appreciate you. Angeline says, I've been up since 5 a.m. That's what's up. Early bird crew, early bird in the house. That's what's up. Bonnie says, good morning. Good morning to you again, Bonnie. Thank you for rocking with me. Your daughter is amazing. She's amazing. Go wake her up. Tell her that I'm on. Tell her I'm live. We are in. We here. Text her. Pick up your Bonnie. Text your daughter. Let Day know I'm live. I'm in the building. She can jump on, share some of that love and that energy. Let her know that I'm rocking this morning. Tell her come join you. Tell her come join you. Lynette coming in from the Chi. I'm born from the Chi, Cook County, baby. 1977, Cook County Hospital. That's what's up. Chi is in the building. I knew you was good people. I knew you was good people. Chi is in the house. Midwest, baby. So now we got it. West Coast is in the building. I'm West Coast. We got Angeline coming in from New York City or New York. So that's our East Coast folk. We got the South coming in. Florida is in the building. And we got the Chi, the Midwest. We are rocking this morning. Thank you so much for rocking. Angeline says, come visit me, please. Yes, NYC. That's it. Count it. Done. It's done. Got to put that on the calendar. Done. Evan is also from New York City. Double New York's is in the building. And my man P.I. is live. Thank you so much, brother, for jumping on. Daisha Hanks. Yes. Daisha, where are you? Tell her, wake up, get on this live, jump in, join. Okay. And then Angeline says, I already tagged her, right? Thank you so much. Cool. So let's get into this content for the purpose of why we jumping on. See, everybody saying where they from, man. I see y'all didn't even let me get to the content this morning. Y'all the content. You guys are why I'm on. You guys are why I'm on. You guys are why I gotta pause for a minute, take a drink, and slow my butt down. Because y'all guys, if it was up to me, like if I could just get on live and just go through each person's name and just say how dope you are, how amazing you are, how much I love you, how much I appreciate you, how much God loves you and appreciates you and accepts you. If I didn't have to share no slides, if I didn't have to have no content, I would do it. Because at the end of the day, you are the content. At the end of the day, you are the reason. You're the purpose. You are the fire. You are the fuel to the fire. You are everything, right? I do what I do because of you. Guys, I have a very acute appreciation for humanity. So each and every one of you guys are super spectacular, dope, awesome. Any other way I could just articulate it. I love you guys and appreciate you guys. So if I could do that, right? But I know that's not how it's done, right? You got to give a little bit more value. It's one thing to say that you're awesome. It's another thing to show you why. So we're going to get into this in just a minute. Ohio, the big O is in the building. What's going on, P.I., man? I appreciate you letting me know where you're from, brother. Momo says she is from North Carolina. We're going to mess around and get two from everywhere. We got more. South is in the building. NC is in the building. That's what Michael Jordan played right there. That's good people right there. That's good stuff right there. So we got North Carolina, we got Ohio, we got New York, we got the South, we got Florida. Where else we got? Let me scroll back up real quick. We got New York, we got Rupert, Idaho. We ain't gonna forget Idaho. Bonnie, where's Idaho? What is that? Is that Midwest? It sounds like Midwest. Idaho sounds like Midwest. So let me know if you're from the Midwest, Bonnie. That's what it sounds like. But I want to make sure. All right. There you go. Thumbs up. Yes. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right. So I said Charnay, right? Charnay. Cool. Charnay, thank you for joining. Thank you for rocking. I think this might be your first time rocking with us in the universe. So thank you so much for rocking. Good energy, good vibes. Thank you so much. I pray that something that I say today might awaken the possibilities within you. That is always my intention. Right, that there are possibilities within you that need to be awakened. Right. So I pray that something that I might say or share would just awaken the possibilities within you. That you would leave this broadcast, whether you stay on the entire time or you turn me off, come back later on, catch the rest of it. But in any case, I pray that something I say or share would inspire, would cause you to leave this moment better than you came in. That you would see yourself in a better light, that the way that you see and feel about yourself and about your life and about the possibilities for your life, that it might improve, that it might increase, that it might just be illuminated, that it might just be, like a rocket just takes off, and that you believe a little more, that you grasp a little more about yourself and about what God has in store for you. So that is my intention. That is my desire, that you guys leave out fired up. Happy Saturday, fired up. Yes, New York. All right. So I'm going to pause it right there. I'm going to jump into some of this content, and then I'm going to come back because I see the comments. So thank you guys, man, for the comments. That's love, appreciation. And you know what? That's an awesome segue into these slides because, guys, many times these comments or the lack thereof can do exactly what I'm addressing today. Our appetite for approval can sometimes get wrapped up in whether or not people are joining your lives, whether or not they're dropping comments, whether or not they're in the building with you. If I went on live and no one joined, no one dropped a comment, no one interacted, would my appetite grow and increase? Would I be depending on you guys to interact with me? Would I be depending on you guys to show me love? Would I be would I depend on whether or not you guys were saying anything back to me? Guys, that's a part of what I want to share. So let's go ahead and jump into it, guys. Let me jump into it. Here we go. Let me throw this slide up there. Share. And as I always do, let me go back to make sure that you guys can see these slides. Cool. All right. So let's go back to the original slide, kind of jumping ahead a little bit. Let me show that one and the previous one. All right. So that's what we're asking. This is the question that we're asking, guys. Are you a slave to your stomach? What do we mean by that? We are addressing today, official title, right? We had a dope intro, much energy. I'm loving the energy in the building. I'm loving people interacting. That's what I created this for. That's what I envisioned this to be, right? Not just a monologue, not just a monologue, but a dialogue. I want to chop it up with you guys. I want to hear from you. So guys, if you have questions during this broadcast, ask questions. If you guys want to just share insights that you get, revelations that come to mind, just sparks of genius that you want to share with me, share with other people that are watching, because people read the comments and they interact with your comments. So let's just be let this moment just be a moment where we share the love, man, where we inspire one another, where we encourage and uplift one another, piggyback off comments, interact with one another, make new connections, make new Facebook friends, do all of that, man, because the people that you rock with, they are so vital to your long-term growth and development. And you never know the connections that you will make right here on social media. So here's the question, guys. Are you a slave to your stomach? That is the question, right? We started off with my little utensils here, right? We all have an appetite for approval, right? We all have it. It's not like it's not there. It's not like it's not natural. It's not like some people have it and some people don't. No, it's hardwired. Here we go. Let me share the first slide. We all want to be wanted. That's what ties us all together. It's okay. It's natural. It's human. It's okay. Your desire to be wanted, your desire to fit in, your want to be wanted, it is completely natural. It is completely organic. It is woven within the very fabric of your DNA. It is a part of who you are. It's a part of what you are. It's a part of why you were created. We are a social environment. The earth, the world, life, it is a social environment. It is a social experience. And so it's okay. I want to start off by validating you. Yeah, man, that desire to fit into that club, to be accepted by them people, to be wanted by that guy, to be wanted by that girl, to be wanted by your kids, to be accepted by them, to be accepted by that. Yeah. That's natural. That's okay. Here's the problem. We're starving for society's approval. What do I mean by that? Why is that a problem? When we began to starve for society's approval, it means that we've taken something very natural, a very natural desire to just fit in, to be social, to be accepted, to be appreciated, to be approved, something that we all should desire and we all should help other people to experience as well by showing love and gratitude and honoring one another and giving appreciation, right? But we'll slip into starving for society's approval because starving says I don't have. Anytime we starve for something, we are saying to ourselves, we lack it, we don't have it. Now, there's other teachings out there that I subscribe to. Even the desire to want something is an indication that you believe that you don't have it. But that I don't want to go down that path today. I want to kind of stay within this idea and theme of a meal and food and consumption and with your stomach, right? So we're starving for society's approval. In other words, we believe that society holds the keys to our approval. We have began to depend on society, other people around us. Again, we all have a want to be wanted. That's natural. But when we begin to move into a dependency on other people's applause, pats on the back, right? Shout outs and salutes, big ups, comments on posts, thumbs up, emojis, right? When we began to depend on what other people say, do, and think as it concerns us, we begin to starve. And whenever you begin to starve for something, you begin to be consciously in lack, in want, in desire, in desperation, in fear. And when that kicks in, now you become someone who is easily manipulated. You become someone who can be tossed around like a rag doll. You become someone who people can have their way with. You become someone very unstable, someone very insecure. You become someone very dangerous to yourself because you will do anything to satisfy that hunger. Does that make sense? Drop me a hashtag that makes sense. Yeah, I know we started off high and we're going to get it back up there, but there is a moment where I want to bring it in because there are people out there who are secretly suffering. There are people who are secretly suffering from this starvation. You don't believe that you have the approval that you need. And so you're going out of your way. You're bending over backwards. You're doing things that just are not who you are. You're compromising. You're people pleasing. You're doing things. You're stretching yourself. You're overcompensating, right? You have a load on your back, right? The weight of the world is on your shoulders, right? That's the problem, guys. We're starving for society's approval. And there's a thin line between just the natural, I want to be wanted, that natural desire to connect with people, and this starvation that I now crave your attention. I want someone to validate, someone to approve me today. And now we become desperate. And whenever you become desperate, you begin to do things that you normally would not do. I don't know, guys, if you've ever watched this show. I'm gonna go ahead and click away from I'm gonna stop sharing for a moment. Have you guys, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the show, and then I forgot what channel it comes on, but it's called Naked and Afraid, right? Naked and Afraid. My wife and I, we love Naked and Afraid. And basically what the show does is it takes two people, a guy and a girl. They take their clothes off, and they go out into like this wilderness area, right? They put them in some crazy, just depleted places all over the world, right? And it's for 21 days, and they have to be completely naked. They have to make everything, their clothes, they have to find food, whatever it is, right? But they have to survive for 21 days. And in the show, right, you've got to make your own shelter, you got to make your own food, shelter, fire, and you have to catch your own food. Well, the reason that I wanted to bring up Naked and Afraid is, and just in case you're just not joining me, let me put the title back up there. Today, guys, we are dealing with our appetite for approval. With Naked and Afraid, these people are so desperate for a meal. They're so desperate. They're so hungry, right? Their mind is so fixated on, I've got to get some protein. I've got to get some protein. I've just got to get some protein. The things that these people eat, man, I'm talking about just I've seen them eat termites out of a tree. Like they'll chop a tree down and break open the bark and they'll start eating termites. I've seen these guys eat some stuff out the water that ain't even got a name to it. I've seen them eat snails and bugs. I've seen them eat rats. I've seen them eat snakes. I've seen them eat just some stuff, man, that would turn your stomach. And like when they're showing it, like when the camera is showing it, all you're thinking is, okay, I cannot eat while I'm watching this show, because these people are just consuming anything that they can find. Why do I share that story? Or why do I even share that example? Guys, when we are starving for people's approval, we'll do anything. We'll start to do anything. We'll start to compromise, because as long as I can get my belly full, as long as I can somehow satisfy my stomach, I will do anything. And just like these people on Naked and Afraid, they will eat anything, guys. And so if you are in that position right now, I don't want you to stay in that position where you eat anything, where you consume anything in your own life, where you are so dependent on someone showing you some level of approval that you begin to just compromise all of your morals, that you start to move away from all of your values, that you begin to sacrifice, right? The things that you actually care about and the things that actually matter to you in this search for approval. So guys, next slide. What's the cause of this? The cause of this, now, based on my research, right, this is just on a very high level. There's many causes, guys, many causes, but I just wanted to give you a taste, right? Just a taste. A lack of self-esteem, right? A lack of the way that you esteem yourself, right? The how you hold yourself, right, in regards, right? It's very low, right? So a lack of self-esteem due to, and here's just a couple of examples, due to your upbringing or due to cultural experiences. Guys, if you can relate, drop me a hashtag, I can relate. I know my upbringing, while my parents were not horrible parents, some of you guys have heard my story. But the things that I experienced in my formative years as a child, right? Just to name a few, I stuttered. I was overweight. The bullying was ridiculous. The name calling was ridiculous. Even teachers, guys. I even got hit up in school by just some knucklehead teachers that would just tear down all of your self-esteem, and just make you feel shame, make you feel less than, make you feel like you're not smart, right? So just to name a few, but you put it in your own context, right? As I always say, you name it, you frame it. What did you go through as a child? What experiences did you have? What did people say about you? What did people do to you that maybe made you feel less than worthy, that maybe made you feel less than accepted? So what is the cause, right? The cause is you have a lack of self-esteem based upon things that have happened to you in your formative years, or even just as a culture. Maybe you're white and you feel like, well, because I'm white, these things. Maybe you're black. Well, because I'm black, these things. Well, I'm Latino. Well, because I'm Latino, these things. Well, I'm a Democrat. So because I'm a Democrat, these things. Well, I'm a Republican. So because I'm a Republican, these things. You fill in the blank. In fact, you've already done that. You've already filled in the blank. You've already written the narrative. I'm just bringing awareness to the fact that what causes us to have these issues with self-esteem, what causes us to fall into a need for people's approval, are the things that we have already experienced, or the things that we are currently experiencing, and the narratives, the storylines, the meanings that we've assigned to these things that we have experienced or are experiencing, the things that we are exposing ourselves to, the environments that we find ourselves in. All of these things contribute. All of these things cause either a increase in our self-esteem or a decrease in our self-esteem. And the lack of self-esteem, the less esteem you have for yourself, then the more you're going to crave other people's approval. So now we've looked at the problem. We looked at the cause. Guys, I want to define approval. Okay. I love definitions. Approval means to experience the feeling of being, get this, guys, and this was so dope, the feeling of being authorized Have you ever been in a position where you needed to be authorized, where you needed to show your card or give your name and your birthday and your social security number, right? And you were maybe at a gate of an airline, or maybe you were at a gate of a cruise ship, or I don't know, somewhere, right? And you needed to show your passport. You needed to get authorized to enter. Oh my goodness, it's nothing like it. It's nothing like it, man, because you know that you meet the criteria. Right? Think about that in your own life, right? Take my parallel and make it personal. We're in line, we're at the airport, we're at the cruise ship, and they say we need your passport. We need something, right? Something to identify you with. And now you get up to the line and you got those officers standing up there and they got their guns and they got their tasers and everything. And they say, okay, let me see your identification. And you show them your identification. Boom. And they check it out. Yep. That looks like you. Yep. Okay. Boom. You're authorized. Man, I meet the criteria. I got everything I need. I'm on my way. I got access. I'm going in. Guys, approval. See, that's why this is so amazing. That's why this gets me so excited, because socially in life, many of us are wanting to get in. Many of us are looking for access. We're trying to be authorized. We want to be a part of that club. We want to be a part of that circle. We want to be in that Facebook group. We want to be a part of those people. We all desire this thing, man. We want to be authorized. Check this one out. A feeling of being endorsed. Have you ever been endorsed? It is the greatest feeling of just all time. For someone to endorse you means for someone to take time to call out your name, and say, yep, I agree with that person. I sign off on that person. I rock with that person. I think that person is pretty dope and I rock with that person. That's like an endorsement, right? Like an athlete, right? Pepsi endorses you. It means we are taking our marketing dollars and we feel that you are so dope that we're going to invest our marketing dollars into your life, into your image. Do you know what that says about you? Guys, we all want to be endorsed. We all want a family member or friend or coworker to speak well of us, to back us up, right? To second that emotion, right? So that's what that means to be endorsed. Last one, to be validated. That's why I started off with validation, because to be approved means to have a feeling of validation. We all want to be validated. We all want to know that our voice matters. People see us, people hear us. And so if I can be that for you every Saturday morning, if I can be that for you every time I go live or every time I post my new podcast episode, if I can be that for you guys, then that's a pleasure for me. That's such a contribution for me to be able to validate you, right? And you have that blessed privilege to do that in the life of someone else. So that's why this approval is so important. Look at what it means. Now you see why we like this here. Now you see why everyone's waking up like, approve me, approve me, approve me, approve me. Can someone please approve me? I'm starving here. I want to eat. I want approval on my plate. Look at what it is. Who doesn't want that, right? It's all about the source. It's all about where you're getting it from. Every restaurant ain't good. Some restaurants you go to, oh man, I'm going there and I'm going to eat that food because that place is dope. Another restaurant got the same type of food, but you look at that place and you're like, okay, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pass for whatever reason. Maybe it's the way they look. Maybe the smell's coming out of there. Maybe you see a little rat running around in the kitchen. Maybe the cook looks dirty. I don't know, right? But same food, but this restaurant or source, okay, I can eat there. This restaurant or that source. But guys, remember what I said about starving? Remember what I said about craving? Remember what I said about being desperate? When you get hungry, when you start starving, you'll look at that same restaurant that you otherwise would not have eaten at. And you start saying, hey, okay, yeah, I might consider that. It's beneath you. It's beneath your dignity. It's beneath who you are. It's beneath what you are. But you're starving. You're hungry for it. You're desperate for it. You want it so bad. I'm gonna stop sharing. I'm gonna come back to the screen. But you want it so bad, guys. You want it so, so bad that you're willing to do almost anything for it. Almost anything. All right, let me take a moment before we continue and then conclude. Let me say what's up to some more people that's in the building. Guys, if anything that I've said, shared, if it resonates, drop me a hashtag R, just R, hashtag R. That's really quick. I'll know what it means, right? And after the broadcast, I'll get back, I'll comment back, I'll talk back to you. But give me a hashtag R if it resonates, if it makes sense. If you're like, yeah, I could, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Hashtag R to let me know that as long as it makes sense, All right, going back to the thumbs up from the net in the building. PI again says, happy Saturday, bro. PI, good morning. Momo says 5 a.m. for prayer. Yes, hashtag 5 a.m. in the building. Angeline says, Deja Hank, wake up, sis. Appreciate that. Bonnie says, Deja Hanks. I think I may have gone through some of these already. So let me come back up. Go back up. Oh, man, you guys are awake today. My goodness, you guys are awake. Okay, so let me drop off right on this one. My man Evan says, you know, we in here, Lego. Yes. I'm from Cleveland, originally born and raised. Charnay. Wow. That's see what when we moved from Chicago, my family and we moved to Toledo, Ohio, a little small town. I don't know if we're south of Cleveland, but definitely got that shy Ohio connection. That's dope. Cool. Bonnie says, oh, thanks. You always know when we need. Let me slow down. Thanks. You always know when we need to hear this. Thank you. Thank you, Bonnie. I appreciate that. I try to listen to the Lord. I try to listen to him and just, hey, God, what you want me to say this week? What you want me to share this week? And share it. Evan says, Top West in the building. Top West. I don't know what top means. Matter of fact, I don't know what Top West means. Obviously it's something good. So maybe can you expound on it if you're still rocking with me? If you are on, man, just expound on it just so that we on the same page. But Top West, I'm gonna just say there's something good. Because you got good energy. So I'm gonna just go with that, man. Bonnie says Northwest. Okay, there you go. So we got the Northwest in the building. We are all around the map today. There it is. We all around the map. Since we got the map covered in terms of the United States, right? Then we need to go ahead and go global. Wow. Global right there. Global right there. The whole universe. Now it's time to expand. Get it out there. Thank you so much for letting me know exactly where you were, Bonnie. Appreciate that. Bonnie says share. Yes. Thank you so much for getting it out there beyond my timeline. I appreciate that. If you guys so feel led to share, to let other people know that there's a message of hope, that there is a message of love and appreciation, that there's a message of approval jumping off this morning, please go ahead and share the broadcast. Get it out there. Let people know where they can find a source of just genuine love. Ain't asking nothing from you. I just want to share. I just want to give. I just want to serve you guys on these morning broadcasts, on these Saturday morning broadcasts. All right. Ev says, taking notes, fam. Awesome, dude. I appreciate that, man. That's dope. Angeline says, that's awesome. Or this is awesome. Angeline says, share. Yes. The sharing. The sharing. Thank you so much for the sharing. We are better together. Yes. With the help of you guys, we can get this thing way beyond what my little old timeline can do. So the more you share, the more that it gets out there, man. I so appreciate that. Thank you so much for sharing. My man Ev says, yes, that makes sense. Awesome. That makes sense to me. That's dope, man. Thank you. Hashtag. Hey, hashtag. I know you're going to say something behind it. So hashtag. I appreciate that. Charnay, that makes sense. Hashtag, that makes sense. Thank you so much. Bonnie says that makes sense as well. Ev says, I can relate. See, I knew I was saying, yeah. Look at it. Momo, bam, I can relate. Bonnie says, bam, I can relate. Come on, man. That's encouraging. Man. Because I'm just getting started with this thing, these broadcasts and podcasts in the universe. I'm just getting started. And you guys are blessing me as much as I'm blessing you. Because whenever you say, yep, I can relate, then I'm tapping on something. I'm tapping on something. Because if it means something to me, then it's probably going to mean something to somebody else. And if it means something to you guys, then it probably means something to even more people. So that's dope, man. We're tapping on something. I want to talk about what other people aren't talking about, expose what other people don't want to expose, and be real in some areas where other people just don't want to be real. Right. So that's my contribution to this thing called life, man. Momo says, my daughter too. I don't know what you're relating to, but let me know maybe what you're relating to on that one. You said my daughter too. Did I miss an earlier comment? Well, Momo, let me know what you mean by my daughter too, so I can draw the connecting lines. Cool. Bonnie says, I have always hated myself. Well, it is over with that. That is it. I have always, yeah, maybe when I was going through them slides, but it is over for that. You are done with that. No more hating yourself. That is a wrap for you. I hope that we're talking about I have as in past tense. But if that is something that's still current, that we still working on, I am of service to you. Hit me up. Let your daughter know we connect. We can hit. If that's something that's current, we need to work on that. We need to address that. And I am here to support and to serve you in that. I've got some resources. I've got some things. So if that is the current state, hey, reach out. Let's get on that. All right. Because we're not going to be hating ourselves no more. You are too much to love. You are too much to celebrate. You are too much to applaud. You are too vital to our society. Your life means way too much for you to be hating on it. So just let me know where you're at. That might be a past tense statement, but if it's a current tense statement, then let's go ahead and address that. All right. Okay. Just want to make sure I'm saying this name right, because this is the first time that I've said your name. Thank you, by the way, for joining, for rocking, for however long you've been on or however long you're going to be on. But I want to make sure that I'm saying your name right. So I'm going to say Tatrice. Tatrice. Tatrice, if you are on, give me a emoji thumbs up to make sure that I'm saying your name right. Emoji down if I'm not saying it right, and maybe help me out with, like, you know how they like take someone's name and they like break it into like little syllables and stuff like that. So if I'm not saying your name right, I want to honor you. I want to big you up, shout out and salute you properly by stating your name. Okay. So up in this universe, in this broadcast, up in this thing that we're creating here, we want to be a honoring culture. So your name is important. So I'm going to say Tatrice. But if that's not right, then go ahead and let me know. All right. But Tatrice says, or Sister Starks says, I'll start with Sister Starks. Self-esteem is destroyed in childhood. Yeah. Most of the times it is. You're absolutely right. That was the case for me. Right. It was those formative years. It was those early years, because we're like a sponge, right? We're trying to learn our way. We're trying to learn who we are. We're trying to learn what we are. I'm going to go ahead and take those off just for a minute because my ears hurt, right? Doggone headphones got my ears hurting. So I'm gonna just be real with that. So I'm going to go ahead and take them off. But yeah, you know, self-esteem destroyed in those early years and in those formative years, because we're trying to learn. And in those formative years that we're really soaking things up, like, you know, like a sponge, is when other kids whose brains have not fully developed, they don't really know who they are. They don't really know what they are, right? They're spewing things that they've picked up in their own environment and their own experience. And now they're paying all of that pain forward. You know how we say pay it forward? Many times as kids, we're paying the pain forward because that's all that we know. Stuff going on in our home, the stuff that we're seeing, the movies that we're watching, the crazy music that we're listening to. We're consuming all of this junk. And then as kids, we talk about one another and we bully one another and we hate on one another. And yeah, so I can totally relate, totally feel you, totally get what you're saying with that. Authorized, endorsed, and validated. Yes, Sister Starks. Yes. Taking notes this morning. She says truth. Sister Starks says truth. That's what's up. I appreciate that. Ev says, if you break down esteem, it sounds like the word steam. So without self-esteem, you start to lack momentum. Oh my goodness. Boy, listen, if I had a mic, boy, hey, Ev, whoo, I need to get one of them noise makers. I'm gonna get a noise maker. When people drop it like that, guys, I don't know if y'all see that, whoo, but that's fire, baby. That's firepower, baby. My man said, when you break down esteem, it sounds like the word steam. So without self, if you don't put that self in there, baby, you start to lack momentum. Oh my goodness. That's a jewel right there. You know how to say nuggets. That's a gem right there. That's dope, boy. Man, Ev, I appreciate that, man. That is what is up. That is what is up. Oh, man, thank you for that. Sister Stark says, what is the name of your podcast? Glad you asked. I'm glad you asked. Let me go ahead and put that in the banner real quick. I'm so glad that you asked. Guys, you know I got to do that because we want to make sure people get these resources, man. We want to make sure people get these resources. Also, I'm going to let you know what the podcast is right here. Go to iAMthepossible podcast.com. Boom. Right there. iAMthepossible podcast.com. But the podcast is called the I Am the Possible podcast. I Am the Possible podcast. That's what it's called. Everything. And in fact, if you just go here, I am the possible.com. You go. I'm the possible.com. Let it just be like a hub. If you go to my website, then you can get the information to the podcast as well. So that'll probably be your best bet. But yeah, thank you so much for asking for the podcast information. I appreciate that. Membership is important. So thank you. Subscribe, download, leave me a rating, leave me a review. I appreciate that. That is what's up. Thank you so much. So that's the name of it. I Am the Possible podcast.com. Everything is I Am the Possible because, man, God gave it to me. You feel me? God gave it to me. And I don't have time to go into it this week, guys, but you know, I fought for that trademark. I fought for this. This is vision from God, vision from God. So everything is I Am the Possible. So I appreciate that. So let me go back to these comments real quick before we go ahead and start to wrap it up. Go back to I got a little bit more, right? Stick with me. I got a little bit more content to break down. And then we go ahead and wrap it up for this Saturday morning. I got about 13 more minutes. Try to get it out in an hour. Evan says, okay, when you break it down, got that one. Sister Stark says, what is the name of your podcast? Got that one. Angeline says, this is enlightening. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yes, Evan. Evan says, approve yourself today. See, you stole my thunder, man. You stole my thunder. That's where we about to go. I'm about to break that down. That's exactly what we got to do, man. You stole the ending, man. But yes, brother, that's exactly that's what's up. Approve yourself. Sister Starks says, this is good. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. Man, cool. I'm with it. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Sister Stark says RC. R. Bam. Momo R. Angeline R. Come on, man. I ain't the only one. I ain't by myself. I ain't by myself out here. Self-esteem. Self-esteem bullied by teachers. Yes. Yes, even my teachers, man. Toledo was something else. Yes, I was even bullied by my teachers. Charnay says shared. I appreciate that. Thank you. Evan says our appetite for approval. Thank you for that share. Thank you so much for that share. That's what's up. Got to get this thing. Got to get this thing out of here, man. Got to get it beyond me. It's not about me. Got to get it beyond me. We trying to go there, right? Just like that. We trying to go all of that. We trying to take over all of that. All right. Share this love, man. Sister Stark says first timer. I appreciate that. Super shout out and salute to my first timer. Please visit the website. I got some gang of resources, just information in there that may be helpful to you, may be helpful to someone that you know, because that's the biggest thing, right? I want to encourage people to see themselves as a contribution. Okay. And sometimes it's not about things that are going to necessarily even be for you. You might benefit from some of the resources on the website, but the bigger thing is looking there for resources and then saying, man, who do I know that could use some of this information, right? Who's in my life, who's in my sphere of influence that may need that boost, who may need their hope, right? revived, right? Who may need the possibilities that are sitting dormant within them to be awakened, right? So every one of us, guys, we are contributions. We are contributions, and by sharing a website link, by sharing a podcast episode, we can contribute into the lives of other people in ways that we never would have thought imaginable. Just a few moments of your day. It takes you 5 minutes to share the video, 5 minutes to share this broadcast, 5 minutes to share that link. And you could be helping someone not commit suicide. You could be helping someone not throw in the towel. You could be helping someone not give up on life. You could be helping someone not sink into depression. You could be helping somebody just keep going. Just take one more step forward. So thank you so much for rocking with me. First timer. I appreciate that. First time, I hope and pray that it is not your last. All right, guys, I see the comments. But let me jump right back over really quick to the rest of this content, and then I'll come back to the comments. So keep dropping them. Keep letting me know what you're doing, what you're saying, what you're thinking. I want to continue to validate. And even in my own way today, I want to, in my own way, approve you. Right? In my own way, to just approve you, to affirm you, to let you know that you matter. So let's go ahead and finish up the slides. Here we go. Bam. All right, we got approval. All right, next one. And let me come over here. Okay, we're looking good over there. All right, come back here. All right, the question is, have you become a slave? Guys, through all of my talking this morning, through all of my sharing this morning, I've kind of talked a little bit about this, but basically, asking yourself this question: have I become a slave to a dependency on other people's approval? Right? We talked about starving. Starving leads to slavery. Starving, hashtag, starving leads to slavery. When we starve for something, we become a slave to that idea. If you say, I don't have enough approval, you will become a slave to the idea of your own personal lack. So guys, again, hashtag, why am I missing it? What's the hashtag? Starving. Starving leads to slavery. Hashtag starving leads to slavery. The switch is a subtle one. And see, let me pause for the cause here. See how I left off a word? The switch is a subtle. Should have said one. The switch is a subtle one. Left off the word. Look at me. If I can do this, you can do this. So shout out to all of my aspiring live broadcasters. Look at that mistake I just made. Do you think I care 2 nickels about that mistake? Nope, not even. I care more about showing up for you and being present with you in this moment. Guys, be encouraged. If I can do this, you can do this. We can make mistakes. Not a big deal. We can keep it moving. All right. So the question is, have you become a slave? Right? Because that switch from, having that healthy, want to be wanted into a desperate dependency. Oh, I'm craving for that attention. I'm craving for that approval. That switch is subtle. Very, very subtle. It doesn't just happen in a moment. Okay. So we have to watch out for that. All right, guys, slave. What is a slave? A person who is excessively dependent. That's why I kept using that word dependent, right? Excessively dependent upon or controlled by something. How do I know that I'm a slave? Ask myself real talk. Do I excessively depend upon, or am I being controlled? Like when you do something, am I posting this next post? Just to get real. I'm posting my next post on Facebook. Am I posting this only so that I can try to get as many likes as I can and feel better about myself today? I'm just keeping it in like real life context. Okay, I'm about to post this video. Am I doing this only because I'm dependent? I'm being controlled by the number of emojis and fire emojis and bomb emojis and drop mics emojis and hashtag this emojis. Am I dependent on if they comment or not, or if they like what I put out? Right? Those are those tests. Those are those questions that you can begin to ask yourself to identify if you become a slave to your stomach, that place of starving and craving for that approval. All right, guys, what is the solution? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Here we go. What is the solution, guys? Our lives, fundamentally, relationship. Everything in this world. Everything in this world. I dare you, name one thing. Name one thing that is not in relationship to another. Life itself is built on the building blocks of relationship. Everything. Relationship ain't just me and you and people. Relationship is how I relate to, I'm looking at one of our cats right now, looking out the window in front of me. Me and this cat have a relationship. Not like a human relationship, but we relate to each other because that's the root word, relate. We experience life together. We're relating. Guys, this is the solution. A relationship with a source of approval that cannot be altered. Many times, the problem with our search for approval is that we're depending on people, a society that will fail us. That's why it's unhealthy. That's why it's unhealthy, because even if you were depending on me, Mr. Mr. iAMthepossible, he's going to come on every Saturday at 7 to 8, and he's going to get us hyping, and he's going to tell us how great we are, and I'm going to feel better for this week. And yeah. And then I don't know, I just flake out. Man, I ain't doing that broadcast no more. I'm tired. Or I get in my feelings. Man, enough people ain't watching. I'm done with that mess. Man, they didn't comment enough today. I'm feeling some type of way. And then I quit. See, don't depend on me. I don't want you to depend on me. Show up when you can. Let's kick it. Let's chop it up when you can. But don't ever look at me like I'm some source. Not that you do anyway. I'm just saying, don't look at me like some source of your approval, right? I'm going to do the best that I can do with the time that I've been given. But dude, I'm subject to change, just like anything else. You ever buy like a ticket to like an event, and at the little bottom, at the bottom, it says subject to change, date subject to change. Guys, I am subject to change. Humans, people, they are subject to change. So what is this relationship that I'm talking about? Get into a relationship with a source, because at the end of the day, you are getting your fix for approval through some sort of source, whether it's social media, whether it's your friends, whether it's your family, whether it's your spouse, whether it's your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whether it's your kids, whether it's your dog, your cat. You get it from somewhere. It's all about the source that you're going to get it from. And the way that you avoid being a slave to society's approval is by honing in to a new source, a source that cannot be altered. Because as long as human hands can touch it, it can be changed, it can be altered. And if it can be changed, if it can be altered, it's probably not a very good place to invest your confidence, to invest your approval, to invest your efforts, to invest your desire, to invest your hope. Because if we can touch it, if these human hands can touch it, it's not very stable. It's not very stable. It can be here today, gone tomorrow. Okay, so here we go. Bam. Now I got inside the caption of this video, I added some more scriptures and a little bit more breakdown, right? But for the sake of time, we're going to just focus on one passage, right? Because it only takes one. It only takes one to change your life. It only takes one to alter how you think about yourself. Guys, here's what I want you to know. Genesis 1:35. This is the story of creation. It is the story of creation from top to bottom. Heaven, earth, moon, skies, birds, fish, humans. And after he created us and formed us from the dust of the earth, and he blew the breath of life into us, as you keep going down, we get to this verse right here, verse 35. Here we go. You ready? Here we go. And God saw everything. Everything includes you. I want to pause for the cause. Everything includes you. Yes, it does. You doggone right. It includes you. And God saw you. Put your name right there. Take everything out and put your name right there. Put your name right there. Take everything out and just Just put your name right there. And God saw you, and behold, it was very good. Take away it and put you. And you, take away was and say were or is. You are, that's the word, are. Very good. You are suitable. You are pleasant. Ha, here we go. Grand finale, baby. Drum roll, please. And he approved you. He approved you completely. Not just approved you when you do right. Not just approved you when you get it all lined up. He doesn't approve just because you made the right turn at the light, because you were at the right place at the right time, because you got into the right relationship, because you crossed off all your, dotted all your I's and crossed all your T's. Not because you graduated from college, not because you built $1 million business, not because you have an online business that's booming, not because you got 100 views on your last video, not because you're popular in your neighborhood, not because you were, valedictorian at school. He don't care about none of them things. Why? Because when he said this, you hadn't done anything for him. So it'll never be in your doing. And that's a side note, man. That's a whole nother trap, right? We get so dependent on the doing. And we do so much because we're craving so much this thing called approval. And it's a rat race. It's a hamster wheel. It's a Groundhog Day. It's painful. It's excruciating. It's weighty. It's holding you down. It's holding you back from being free and to be liberated, to experience the approval that you already have, that you already have access to, that is already true of you. Get that. You are approved. You don't have to become approved. Now, in our society, and that's why it's so dangerous, in our society, you can either be approved or not. You ever submit for a home loan? You ever submit to buy a home? My wife and I have, right? You submit your information, you show your W-2s, your information, you submit all of this paperwork. And once you've submitted all of your paperwork, you're somewhere, shivering and nervous. Will they approve me or will it be denied? You're waiting to hear back from the realtor. I'm just giving you an example of something that where you're being approved, right? Now, humans can say, oh, nah, you didn't meet the criteria, Angeline, Bonnie, Evan, Sister Starks, Momo. You didn't meet the criteria. We can't, whatever it is, denied. You know how to put that stamp? Denied. You can't have it. God don't play them crazy games. God don't play them games with you. He don't sit there and say you are approved or not approved, denied or not. No. It's already settled. Remember I said that the solution, let me go back here. The solution is a relationship with the source of approval that cannot be altered. It has to not be altered. It has to not be alterable. It has to not be corruptible. It has to not be changeable. It has to be now, yesterday, and forevermore. Come on, Christians, right? It has to be now, today, yesterday, and forevermore. The same today. Come on, guys. It has to be something that cannot be touched, changed, and altered. Don't you want that? Because you already want to be wanted. You already have an appetite for approval. Well, why not submit that thing in a source that can't be altered? You can't alter God's love for you. You can't change God's approval of you. Why? Because there's nothing that we can do. It's about what you are. See, we approve or deny you because of what you have or have not done. Well, Mr. Lynch, we would like to approve you, but your credit score is just a tad bit too low. Your credit score is not high enough. You don't have enough in the bank. You don't have enough funds, available. Whatever it is, whatever criteria they come up with. And we say, well, you haven't done enough. You ever go from somewhere where you haven't established enough credit? You haven't done enough. So we will deny you. God doesn't play those games. He doesn't look at you and say, oh, well, you haven't done enough. So now I'm going to deny you. He looks at what you are. You're his creation. He's your creator. And you are already done. You are already sent. You've already been created. You've already been born. You already exist. It's time for us to live in the already. That's why I call myself an advocate for the already. Because I don't want to live in the one day, someday. I don't want to live in the what I may or may not do. I want my reality to be cultivated in what has already been done. And according to this word, he has approved, past tense, baby, approved of you. So put your name right there. And God saw your name that he had made, and he behold, you were already good, suitable, pleasant, and he approved you completely, not in parts and pieces. Well, that part is good, but I don't really like that part of you. Well, that, okay, yeah, we can give that some approval, but that right there, come on, man, that's not, no, completely. I know it's hard to grasp. I know. I'm not saying that it has to just all click today. I just want you to consider it. The most amazing awakenings, the most amazing revelations, the most amazing epiphanies come through just consideration. Just consider it and see what God might do and say in your life. All right. Let me go back here. All right, guys. All right. That is just about it. All right. That is just about it. I just want to say what up to a few more people. All right. Sister Stark says, thank you. You are welcome. You are welcome. You are welcome. Evan says, glad to have you. Welcome to the fam. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Momo says, self-esteem, bullied by teacher. Oh, yeah, we already covered that one. Sorry. Just kind of scrolling down through some of these. Bonnie says, thank you. I still struggle with this. All right. All right. Then we can help, man. We can walk with you. We can walk with you through this thing. You are not alone at all. Ev said, oh, Ev is, there you go. Ev is giving that. See, there you go. My man Ev is interacting with one another. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Sister Starks says, yes. And again, if you're still rocking with us, Sister Starks, did I get that name right? Tatrice. I know that it ends with an E, so I'm tempted to say Tatrice, but the natural inclination says Tatrice. So let me know if oh, there you go. Bam. Tatrice is perfect. Tatrice. Okay, cool. All right, awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Angeline says, preach, brother. Evan says, you better preach. I got to, man. Hey, I don't know if y'all know this or not. I mean, I don't always tell my titles, but I am an ordained pastor, ordained minister. I was blessed to have been officially ordained by some amazing men and ministers that have gone before me. So that is one thing that I am very, very godly proud of, and a mantle that I hold near to my heart. Just the ability and the desire to shepherd and to feed the flock. So thank you guys for about the preaching comments, man. I appreciate that. Evan says, good. Yes. That's what's up. Tatrice says, hallelujah. Evan says, rose gold, hear this friend. Rose gold, hear this friend. All right, maybe that's somebody that you know that's online. Tatrice says, can't alter God's love for me. This is good. That's right. You cannot be touched. It's done, cemented. It is what it is. Yes, Evan says, that's a gem. Yes, I don't know what I said, but maybe you can comment back and let me know what I said, because if it was that dope, maybe I want to create a whole show off of it. So let me know what that gem was. Evan says, Daisha, yo, sis, you missing the gems. They should go come back on this show and be like, man, people were showing me love. They remember me. Yeah, man. She is down, man. She's a great one, man. Angeline says, haha, she missed the whole live. Daisha can always come back and watch the replay. Yeah, absolutely. No doubt. And Momo says, amen. Now, am I saying that name right? Am I just saying Momo? Because I see like an F on the end. Is that Mo? Mo, well, let me ask you, am I saying that right though, Momo? Before I shut down, if you join me again in the future, I want to make sure that I'm saying that correctly. Because perhaps you wanted to go by something else. But Momo, if you're still live, if you're still rocking with me, let me know that I'm saying your name correctly. Mo 246. All right. Maybe she will. There you go. She says that's good. All right, cool. All right, awesome. Cool. Well, thank you guys so much for rocking with me. Again, that's the website. If you guys have never gone to iAMthepossible.com. Guys, anyone who may be interested in it as well. Me and Daisha are working on some things to kind of reconfigure the site and reconfigure just the ability for people to get to the resources a lot easier. But if you've never downloaded my free self-worth self-discovery workbook, I would like to just make mention of that. You can get that at iamthepossible.com. Go there today and get that workbook. Get information about the podcast for yourself or for someone that you may know. But at the end of the day, guys, I really want to just thank you guys so much for rocking. I pray that you guys have gotten value from this. I pray that something that I have said or shared has just awakened, right, the possibilities within you, right? That is my intention. To revive the hope, right, for what's possible. That is my intention. That is my desire. That's something I would say and share and just dare to do. I don't know if some of you guys weren't here in the beginning, but we started off with my little utensils, right? I just want to make it make sense, right? I just want to make it make sense so that we're not just sharing ideas that you really can't put into action, really put into work for you. Concerning that scripture, before I leave, one of the things that I do with a scripture is I'll take it, I'll write it, and then I'll just spend time meditating on it, praying through it, and asking the question. I've gotten so much great feedback from the way I break down questions. The word question is a quest that we're on, right? So if you think about this word quest, and I'll end with this question. It's one of the most powerful things that I came into. Again, this is a result of doing exactly what I'm about to share with you. Question is broken down. Quest I'm on, right? Question is a quest I'm on. Okay. The mind works this way, guys. When you ask a question, the mind is hardwired to seek an answer. It wants to assist you. The mind, this is a problem-solving machine. The mind is a machine that solves problems. It looks to provide you an answer for the questions that you give it. One of the things that I do with scripture is, if it's good to me, I see value in it. I see, okay, this thing aligns with what I'm dealing with right now and is helping to inspire me towards what I want to do and to have and to be. I ask it questions. How can this serve me for this next leg of life? What else is this saying to me that can better shape my perspective of myself? How can this inspire me to be a better contribution to others? What is this word saying to me that's addressing some things that I otherwise would have never addressed on my own? How is this expressing God's unconditional love for me in a way that is relevant to my current circumstances? These are just simple questions, right? And those were just off the cuff, just questions. So I would sit in that Genesis 135 and I would say to myself, you have already approved me. What does that mean concerning my goals? What does that mean concerning my dreams? How does that relate to my relationships with other people? How does that relate to the trials and the tribulations that I'm currently seeing? What does that really say about my past? What does that say about my future? Send your mind on a quest. With every question, it takes off looking for an answer. So why not feed it quality answers? Sorry, quality questions. The quality of the answers that we receive are based on the quality of the questions that we ask. I'll say that again. The quality of the answers that we receive are based on the quality of the questions that we ask. So what is the practical step? What is the call to action? What's the how to? Take that scripture, get somewhere quiet, and drill that passage with questions. Put it in your framework. You name it, you frame it, bring that word into your current reality and ask it, how can it, how will it, how is it going to serve you? And I pray that that makes sense. Guys, I love you. I'm praying for you guys. I'm believing in you guys. I am 15 minutes over. Guys, I will jump on. I will see those comments because I see the comments still coming through. I will reply as soon as I'm off this broadcast and take a moment to kind of transition here, but I will follow back up with all of the comments. Thank you so much again for the energy, for the love, for the agreement, for the sharing, and just sharing in this moment with me. Guys, remember, take this out into the world with you. Go and show up today in your relationships, with your family, with your friends, with your coworkers, the posts that you put out this week, whatever you're doing, guys. Take some of this juice, right? Take something that you got from this, embody it, infuse it into your life, boom, and then go out and contribute that into the life of somebody else. And that's how we're going to build up this universe, right? That's how we're going to expand this reach. Because I believe that the people that are joining me on these broadcasts, we are like-minded, like-hearted, and we want to see this world advance and improve. And we want to see people, stop starving and start being satisfied, not only in their appetite for approval, but in their appreciation, right, of themselves. So thank you so much. It is time for me to shut it down. This is Travail C.W. Lynch, Mr. What? I am the possible. You have been in and you are a part of the I Am the Possible universe. And this has been the I Am the Possible broadcast. Until next time, remember, you are what's possible. Peace.